We are the Keystone Drunks, and we are presenting you with our first video, which is an Oktoberfest video, and we are sampling 10 breweries, all of Oktoberfest, and we're going to rate and review them for you so you know what to buy for your Oktoberfest purchase. Okay, we're going to start off with beer number one, which is the Sierra Nevada Oktoberfest. And I got my buddy Pat, I'm Rob, and I'm Rob Casino. So let's talk about the Oktoberfest.
Well, I found it really malty, but it had a good spice. So I figured that would be like a good 5. It's halfway good.
Okay.
On a scale of 1 to 10.
Yes, we are using a 1 to 10 scale on all our Oktoberfest beers, and I agree. I actually ended up, we did not see our results to the end here. We just drank 10 beers. And we both agree that we came out with a 5 out of 10 scale for the Sierra Nevada, having a strong malt flavor, but it had a very bitter aftertaste. Out of all the 10 beers, believe it or not, this beer had the strongest aftertaste, strongest smell out of all the 10 beers sampled today. So we're going to give that a 5, just so you guys know and you purchase the next Oktoberfest beer. Beer number 2 is made by the Abita Brewing Company, and it's their Oktoberfest Lager. What do you think, Pat?
It was definitely milder in malts, and the spices were, I could definitely taste more of the spices, and there was really no aftertaste like the Sierra Nevada.
And what's your overall rating?
My rating on that was a 7.
Okay, I agree with you. I think it was mild. I think it was easy to drink. Had a crisp flavor. No smell, no aftertaste. I enjoyed this beer. And I did bring it up. I bring it up to a 6.5, bordering on 7. Definitely a good beer to try. Out of the 10, 6.5 wasn't bad. That's the Abita Oktoberfest Lager. Beer number 3 of our evening was made by Line and Google. That's their Oktoberfest brand. What did you think about that one?
I thought it was very similar to the Abita, and with the malts and the spices, and I gave that the same rating as I gave the Abita. I gave that a 7.
I also somewhat enjoyed it. I thought it was no smell, no aftertaste. It was an easy drink, mild as well. The more I drank it, though, the more I disliked it. So I started off as a 7, but I'm going to give it a final overall value of about a 5.5 to a 6.
What?
It did decrease value as I drank it, but still an overall positive rating of a 6.5. You know, between a 5.5 and a 6.5, so wasn't bad. Number 4 in our lineup is the Blue Point Brewing Company, their Oktoberfest brand. What'd you think about beer number 4?
When I first started drinking it, I thought it was really good malt, and there was a caramel aftertaste. But the more I drank, the less I liked it as compared to the Line and Cooler Abita. So I gave that one a 6.
Well, I hate to say it, this is the first time trying this company, and it's probably on the low end for me. I gave it an overall rating of 4.0. It had a smell to it, it had an aftertaste, it had a strong bite, very caramely, but just, it was in your face strong. I gave it a 4.0. It was actually on the low end of the 10 beers tried this evening. Alright, we're going to go into halfway point here, and beer number 5 is German beer, Paulaner, Oktoberfest. And what do you think about this guy?
That one I thought was very good. It was a good malt, good spices. There was no bad aftertaste, and I just thought it was a very smooth beer. And I had to go up on that one, and I gave that one an 8 rating.
Wow. I agree with you. There's no aftertaste. I thought it was a good rating. I thought it was a good beer. I thought the German beer, it was better than a lot of the other ones tried. I didn't go as high as 8. I got about a 6.5 out of it. On the positive end, not my favorite beer, but it was up there. Good recipe, simple beer, I thought. Easy to drink, well made. So I'm giving it a 6.5. All right, we're now on beer number 6. So this is a local beer. For us, we're from Erie, and we're going to go with our Erie Brewing Company, Erie Oktoberfest. It's a lager. And what did you think about Erie's beer?
I really wanted to be a homer for this one and rate this one the highest, but I'm just not a big malt guy, and it was really malty for me. I mean, the spices were good, but the malt was just a little too much for me. I gave that one a 6. I gave it a higher than a Sierra Nevada, but I rated that on the same as the Blue Point.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I hate to be the hometown guy, but it was sweet. It was malty. It was very dark, thick, hearty kind of beer. But I thought it was welcoming and strong in the same sense. I agree with you. It had an overwhelming malt, but I liked the malty taste. I rated it very high. Actually, highest of all 10 beers tried today. I gave it an 8.5, bordering on 9. Because of the sweetness and the maltiness and just an overall good blend. I thought Erie had a home run with this. And again, being an Erie hometown person, I wasn't being biased. I just thought it was a very good recipe. So I really enjoyed it. 8.5 at least. All right, then it brings us to Great Lakes Brewing Company, Oktoberfest. What do you think about this guy, number 7?
That one had more of a spice and malt taste to it, but it just wasn't my thing. I don't know what it was about it. I had to give it a 5. I mean, I know it's got really high ratings online, but it's your personal taste, and it was just an average for me. I had to go back down and rate that with the Sierra Nevada.
I'm going to totally agree with you. It was strong. It was overly spiced. Too much flavor in the wrong way. A real bite. An aftertaste came with it. Just overwhelming for me, and that's like my overall lowest score, even though it does get good ratings online. I gave it a 3.5, and I did not enjoy this beer. That's my personal, dislike of the bunch. Okay, brings us to Brooklyn beer number 8, Brooklyn Oktoberfest.
That one to me, another okay malt, sweet spice, but just another 5 for me. Just another average beer.
I'm in the same ballpark. I thought it was a mediocre beer. I gave it a 6. I thought it was mild and average. It was just an average Joe kind of a beer. Take it or lose it. It was good, but 1 was enough for me. Didn't hate it. Didn't like it. Middle of the road kind of guy. And we're up to beer number 9, and that's Straub Oktoberfest.
This is one I really, really wanted to like, and I don't know if I just put too much pressure on it for me, but I just found it too malty and not enough spice. I just had to give it a 5.
Okay, Straub for me really came strong. I was surprised by that. I'm going to give it a 7.5, bordering on 8. It's my second favorite beer of the whole bunch. It was strong, and the maltiness was up there. But again, that's in my palate zone. And but overall, very good recipe. I thought Straub came out with a great beer, and I give it a high rating. Last beer tonight sampled. We go back to the German beer with a Warsteiner, Oktoberfest. And what did you think about number 10?
I don't know what it is about the Germans and their Oktoberfest beers, but that one I rate right with the Polliner, number 8. I mean, what didn't taste the exact same as that. It had like a little bit of a sweeter taste to it, but I really liked it. I'm giving that a rating of an 8.
Okay. I'm not far behind. I'm going to jump out and say for me it was a 7. And Germans came through again, with a positive rating, good recipe. They know their beer. Overall, good taste. Very easy on the palate. Definitely would drink more than one of these. you know, give it a good 7.0, good mix, you know, well done. So there you have our lineup. We have 10 beers that we sampled tonight. Maybe we'll come through with another video and try some different ones. Oktoberfest was a theme. Actually, out of all the beers, none of them were bad. None of them were ones or twos that we would dump out and try again. They were all very drinkable with various scales, but we had a good time this evening.